Hi everyone and welcome to today's Drama Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Timing for tomorrow should be on time, but lots of moving parts tomorrow, so we'll see, but it definitely won't be super late. But let's get right to it. So at Jordan's office, Andre tells Jordan that he loves her, and she's like, I hear you, but how did we get here? Like, we were just having a fight. So he says he had to shrink himself and realize that he cherishes her and he appreciates her and he wants to spend his time with her. So he doesn't expect her to say it back. That's not what this is about, and it's not about just trying to patch their wounds with I love you. He just needed her to know how he feels, and safe to say that they're good. So at the hospital, Monica asks Dr. Finn privately about the syringe, and he won't tell her what it's for, so she's forced to suspend him, and she has to wait until the syringe is tested to find out what it is, and then we can move on from there. And Tracy comes in and she's like, I cannot believe you're suspending him right now. Not happening. So Monica tells Tracy what's happened, and Tracy sticks up for Dr. Finn, but he's like, you know what? It's okay. Roxy will like having me around more, and he goes. And Tracy tells Monica to kiss her job goodbye. And then Monica tells Tracy more details about what's going on. At the floating rib, Hayden interrupts Curtis and Valerie. He says he's sorry, but he's not available right now. And she asks him how to declare someone legally dead. And she needs to know right now. So Valerie tells Hayden she can borrow Curtis for a few minutes. And she does. And after that's all done, Hayden explains to Valerie how they know each other, which is basically just, oh, Curtis came into my life when I really needed him, and don't worry, I'm not going to go after him because I need a man with money, and right now, I'm like, it's too much. And Curtis is like, okay, bye, Hayden. So Molly and TJ, oh my goodness, haven't seen them in forever, especially TJ. So TJ apparently has a paid internship at General Hospital. So Molly finally gets to meet Uncle Curtis. Thank goodness. Valerie wants to hang out with her cadet crew, and Curtis totally gets it. Like, he's been where she is, and he wants her to enjoy her party. Dr. Finn is at the bar with Roxy, and the bartender wants him out, and Dr. Finn says he's a service animal, and the bartender is still being like kind of rude about it. So Hayden gets her phone out and starts recording and makes it known that she's recording, and he backs off. So Hayden wants to meet Roxy, and she really likes her. And apparently Hayden had a bearded dragon when she was a kid, and because her father was allergic to dogs and cats and anything fluffy, and his name was Mr. Darcy after Pride and Prejudice, and they have this really nice conversation about bearded dragons and the significance hers had to her, but now Hayden wants the truth about what's really wrong with him, and TJ brings up possibly living together next semester. Oh my goodness, such a big step, and they wonder if their parents will be okay with it, so they're gonna run it past them. Back at Jordan's office, Curtis is hanging out there, and Jordan comes back in and gets kind of startled, to say the least, and he says that Valerie's celebrating, and so it's kind of being a little nostalgic about his time as a police officer, and that he loves the work, and he wants a second chance, and he wants to be a cop again. So he was never formally charged for anything that happened back, you know, when all that happened with him, and his badge was never stripped. He resigned, and he wants her help getting his badge back, and she's obviously concerned because he used to have a drug problem, and he says he hasn't used in a really long time. He doesn't intend to, and he offers to take a drug test and for her to look through financials to look for anything suspicious because there's nothing. And she asks if he's talked to his sponsor about this because, you know, taking drugs, being in possession of drugs could be too tempting. So he says drugs are about escaping, and back then he had something to escape from, and then he tells her he regrets getting involved in her brother and his brother's marriage, and telling his brother about the affair, and he realizes he ruined a lot of lives and thinks his brother would still be alive had he not done that. In England, very international, Ava is sticking with Nicholas. She claims she happens to be staying at the same hotel, but come on. So Ava wants an explanation. He's not going to tell her. She believes he's facing jail because that's the only thing that could stop, that could take her away from her kids. So Hux comes in and he sits at their table and Nicholas wants him to leave. He tries to be as gentle as possible with it. And Hux asks Nicholas again to come to his private manor. So Ava thanks him for his offer and Nicholas is like, yeah, thanks, no. So poor Hux, like, his feelings are really hurt, right? So Ava doesn't think running into him again is a coincidence. At the safe house, Sam and Jason, safe to say they're enjoying being on the run and being in hiding. And Sam's going to try to tie up this investigation herself, and she's going to get the info off the forger's laptop. Kind of skip some words there. At the pawn shop / the place where the forger does his business. I named it the Forgy Place, but I do not think that's what it's called. Sam's breaking in. She's looking through the documents, and she finds Nicholas' documents on the computer, and the lights go on, and Morty has her at gunpoint. Not good. So she says she was in a rush for her documents. It's just, it's a misunderstanding. And he's like, fine, but like, to get out of this, he pulls a really scumbag move there, and she winds up beating him up. He goes for the gun, and Jason grabs it first, and I'm like, hey, Jason's here. So he says he's gonna call the cops, and Jason drops Sonny's name, and the forger guy has admitted, yeah, he overreacted when he saw Sam, and Jason tells him to take about a month vacation, and Sonny's people better not see him anywhere close. And I'm like, you don't work for him, but you have no problem dropping his name, and I am perfectly okay with that. And now end scene already, I know. So Curtis has never admitted his regret before, and Jordan's kind of processing it, and she says she lied, and, told Tommy the baby was his to give him a reason to come back. So Curtis does know that TJ isn't his brother's kid. I think that's just, I wasn't sure if he knew. Maybe I was. I don't know. A lot has happened in our lives, wouldn't you say? So Curtis is talking to Jordan, and he says, you don't have to worry. I won't tell TJ Tommy isn't his father. Sean is. Except TJ's outside the door and hears it very clearly. So, guess you kind of did, Curtis. Tracy still has Dr. Finn's back, even after learning some of the more, not so good details. Dr. Finn is a little weak, and he asks Hayden's help to get he and Roxy back to the hotel. Jason and Sam are headed out. They know Nicholas's alias and where he's going, or where he is at this point. Nicholas is headed back to the airport in the morning. Ava offers a ride. She says she's on his side. He accepts the ride, and Ava thinks Hux is just honestly a fan. And Hux hears the 6 a.m. sharp conversation about meeting the car service to go to the airport. So he's going to be waiting for them. Great. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to vote for Character of the Week if you got someone in mind. If not, you can vote tomorrow. Tomorrow's time should be on time. I'm planning on having all my stuff done in the morning and then stuff going on at night, so the middle of the day should be clear. I will update in the comments of this if that seems to change, but right now, looking really good. And I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital. I hope you have a great day. Bye!